Usually when you move out of an apartment, it's because you actually want to.
Right, yeah. You found a better place.
Exactly. You found a nicer neighborhood, or you just need more room. It's a proactive choice, and you pack your boxes on your own schedule.
It's deliberate. You completely control the timeline.
But sometimes your landlord just, slides a piece of paper under the door that says, hey, the building was being demolished in 90 days. Get out.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And suddenly you're just scrambling. You're looking at listings, trying to figure out where you're going to put all your stuff.
Yeah.
The panic sets in because your daily routine is about to be totally upended.
Which is deeply disruptive, right? Having a migration forced upon you, especially with the tools you use for your professional life, it just breaks all that muscle memory you rely on.
It really does. And that is exactly what is happening right now in the productivity world. So, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at the sudden demise of the Notion Mail app, which is officially shutting down on September 22, 2026.
It's a big deal. We are seeing this massive wave of users suddenly realizing just how fragile their digital workflows actually are.
Yeah, it's wild. And our source material today is this remarkably comprehensive guide published by MailOver. They're an AI email tool company. And the piece is titled 7 Best Notion Mail Alternatives in 2026.
It's a really well-timed piece of analysis, honestly.
For sure. So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. If you're one of those users panicking about this shutdown, or honestly, if you're just someone who is completely overwhelmed by a chaotic inbox every single day, we want to help you navigate this.
Right, because the clock is absolutely ticking.
Exactly. We want to help you avoid information overload and find the perfect custom-fit tool for your workflow. Getting kicked off an app you use every day is stressful, but, getting kicked off an app where more than half the users never even opened it.
Yeah, that stat is just wild to me.
It's fascinating. So for you listening, whether you are a power user frantically trying to beat the export deadline, or you're just tired of drowning in unread messages, this forced migration is kind of the perfect excuse to finally fix things.
It really is the catalyst a lot of people need to rethink their habits.
Totally. But before we can pick the perfect replacement, we need to understand exactly what happened in Notion Mail, why the timeline is so aggressive, and what users are actually losing here.
Yeah, the timeline is what really caught everyone off guard. Notion announced this pivot on June 25, 2026, and they just said the standalone mail app is entirely dead as of September 22.
Just dead, like completely gone.
Completely gone. And the window was drastically shorter for regulated teams. Like if you are part of a HIPAA-covered organization handling sensitive patient data, your deadline was June 30.
Wait, June 30. That is basically a 5-day notice for a medical team.
Exactly.
That's not a transition. That's an eviction.
It creates a massive logistical scramble. And it's not just a matter of, logging into a new app. There is a hard data cutoff for everyone.
Right.
Users have to manually export their drafts, their scheduled emails, custom text snippets, and any attached files embedded in those snippets by September 21.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Wait, so Notion killed an app because its AI was doing too good of a job keeping people out of it.
Basically, yeah.
Because our source mentions Notion is pivoting to AI agents that manage email from inside the main Notion workspace. They realized over 50% of users weren't even opening the separate mail client.
Right, they were just letting the AI handle it in the background.
That's like a restaurant permanently closing its physical dining room because the delivery service is so efficient that nobody bothers walking in the front door anymore.
That's a great way to put it. The underlying logic is that context switching is the enemy of productivity.
Oh, absolutely.
Notion realized people don't want a separate destination just to look at email, Not if the AI can simply surface the relevant information directly inside the workspace where they're already working.
Which makes total sense.
But here is the twist, and this is vital for anyone listening who's feeling that data loss panic. Your actual emails are perfectly safe.
Oh, thank goodness.
Right. Notion Mail always functioned via a two-way sync with Google's architecture.
So the emails themselves aren't trapped on Notion servers at all. They're just sitting there in your standard Gmail account, exactly as they always have been.
Exactly. The intense anxiety users are feeling isn't about losing data. It's about losing their workflow. You're losing the interface, not the inbox.
Right.
But if we pull back the curtain, we really have to look at the reality of Notion Mail as a product because it was deeply flawed from its inception.
Was it? I always thought people really loved that database-style interface.
Yeah.
It felt, very modern and structured.
Well, the interface was beloved by a very niche group, but the architecture was incredibly restrictive. It exclusively worked for Gmail.
Wait, really? Only Gmail.
Only Gmail.
Yeah.
And according to a 2025 Litmus report cited in our source, Apple Mail and Outlook combined account for over 55% of all email opens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Notion Mail launched this big productivity tool that completely ignored more than half the global market.
That is just wild to build a modern tool aimed at professionals and enterprise users and completely lock out the Microsoft Outlook ecosystem.
It makes no sense.
If you weren't on Gmail, you couldn't even get past the login screen.
Yeah, it walled off a massive potential user base. Plus, the features that actually made the app special, the AI auto-labeling, the smart drafting, those weren't even included in the base package.
Of course not.
You needed a pricey $20 per month business plan just to access them.
So you're paying $20 a month just for an algorithm to put colored labels on emails that you still have to sit down and read yourself.
Pretty much.
Which really highlights a massive shift in how we think about these tools. Because if Notion Mail was essentially charging a premium just to help you manually organize Gmail, what happens if you switch to a tool that doesn't just organize it, but literally reads it and digests it for you?
Which is exactly where things are headed.
Let's dive into the company that actually published our source material, MailOver.
So MailOver represents a completely different paradigm. It starts at $7.50 a month, and it explicitly positions itself as an AI secretary.
I love that framing.
And crucially, unlike Notion, it connects to Gmail, Outlook, and literally any IMAP provider.
Which instantly solves that 55% market share problem we just talked about. Anyone can use it.
Exactly. But the core philosophy is what demands attention here. The source provides this statistical breakdown based on their platform data, and they found that 88% of emails require no action whatsoever.
I mean, we all intrinsically know that most of our email is pure noise, but putting a hard number on it, 88%, is just profound.
It really puts it in perspective.
It proves that the traditional inbox zero methodology, where you meticulously touch and sort every single message, is statistically a massive waste of human potential.
It is an immense cognitive drain. Processing that 88% completely depletes the mental energy you need for actual deep work.
Yeah, absolutely.
So MailOver's architecture tackles this by having the AI read everything that comes in. It isolates that crucial 12% that actually matters and categorizes it.
Okay.
It pulls out action items and uses natural language processing to automatically extract specific deadlines hidden in the text. It also creates buckets for highlights and general FYIs.
See, here's where it gets really interesting to me. So this tool is basically saying, stop trying to build a better filing cabinet for your junk.
Yes. Exactly.
It's like having an executive assistant who intercepts your massive stack of physical mail at the front desk, throws out the catalogs, shreds the spam, pays the routine bills, and just hands you a single sticky note with 3 bullet points on it when you walk in.
And that sticky note manifests as their daily briefing feature. It consolidates the chaos into a single, highly readable view.
That sounds amazing.
The AI generates contextual titles and paragraph summaries for the threads, meaning you rarely, if ever, have to open the native emails to understand what is being asked of you.
Okay, I have to push back on the privacy mechanics here, though.
Sure.
Because if an artificial intelligence is literally scanning every single email I receive, my bank statements, personal health updates, confidential work contracts, that requires an astronomical level of trust. That feels like a surveillance state inside my inbox.
Oh, absolutely. It is the most critical hurdle for any AI email tool. And that's exactly why MailOver utilizes AES 2566 GCM encryption with per-user keys.
Okay, let's translate that for the listener, because AES 256 sounds great on a marketing brochure, but what does a per-user key actually mean for my data security?
Right, good point. It means the encryption is decentralized. In a lot of standard systems, a company holds one master key that can decrypt all user data on their servers.
Which is terrifying.
Very. But with per-user keys, your specific data is locked with a cryptographic key unique to you. Even MailOver's own servers and engineers cannot read your email content while it is stored at rest.
Okay, so they physically can't see it.
Right. If their database were somehow breached, the attackers would just find a pile of scrambled, mathematically indecipherable text. Plus, you can implement keyword blocks to ensure highly sensitive messages bypass the AI processing entirely.
Okay, understanding that the mechanism prevents a master key breach makes it much more palatable.
Yeah, the critical distinction for you, the listener, is the workflow shift here. MailOver is designed for people who want AI to process the inbox for them entirely.
Whereas Notion Mail was built around AI helping you process it yourself.
Precisely.
But surrendering your inbox to a machine secretary requires a massive leap of trust And honestly, a shift in personality.
It really does.
Some people fundamentally believe processing email is their job. They genuinely enjoy the tactical sport of clearing an inbox.
Oh, I know people like that.
Right. What if you don't want an AI intercepting things, but instead you want to remain in the pilot seat and just fly through your messages at lightning speed? That brings us to the speed demons, Superhuman and Shortwave.
Yeah, Superhuman is an absolute institution in the productivity space. At $33 a month, it remains the undisputed benchmark for sheer manual velocity.
It's fast, like really fast.
The entire architecture is built around more than 100 keyboard shortcuts and a highly optimized split inbox. Users consistently report getting through their email twice as fast compared to just using the standard Gmail web interface.
I mean, getting an hour of your life back every day is huge.
Right.
But $33 a month for an email client, that is a serious enterprise-level investment.
It is expensive, but the premium pricing model is somewhat justified by a recent shift. As of July 2025, Superhuman is bundled with Grammarly and Coda.
Oh, interesting.
So you aren't just buying an email client anymore, you are paying for an entire ecosystem of productivity and writing tools.
See, I have a real philosophical problem with the Superhuman model, though.
Really? How so?
Well, if I'm paying $33 a month just to be a faster typist and a faster sorter of that 88% of junk mail we talked about, aren't I just paying a premium to do manual labor faster? Shouldn't the ultimate goal of modern software be doing less labor overall? It feels like buying a really expensive, highly aerodynamic shovel instead of just renting an excavator to move the dirt for you.
That's a funny way to look at it, but I'd look at it differently. Superhuman assumes that the physical act of processing email is an essential part of a professional's cognitive flow.
Okay, I can see that.
It just needs to be entirely frictionless. They are targeting the executive who wants total tactile control over every correspondence. Whereas MailOver or Shortwave operate on the premise that processing email is a burden that machines should handle.
Fair point. It really is about how much control you're willing to delegate, which brings us to Shortwave.
Yeah, Shortwave is a fascinating case study. It's widely adopted as the spiritual successor to Inbox by Gmail.
Oh, RIP Inbox by Gmail.
Yeah.
People still mourn the loss of that interface.
The nostalgia is very real. And Shortwave really capitalized on it by bringing back that clean, bundled interface. They offer a free tier, and paid plans start at $7 a month.
Which is super reasonable.
Definitely. And the technology focuses on natural language search and AI thread summaries that can instantly condense a massive 40-message reply chain into 3 coherent sentences.
That alone is worth $7.
Right. And it has a ghostwriter feature. It actually analyzes your past sent emails to learn and match your specific vocabulary and tone when drafting replies.
So it actually sounds like you, rather than some generic corporate robot.
Precisely. But it shares the exact same fatal flaw as Notion Mail. It is locked entirely into the Gmail ecosystem.
Ah, of course. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this really highlights the grand divide in modern productivity tools.
How do you mean?
Well, do you pay a premium $33 a month for a highly polished manual tool like Superhuman to make you the ultimate sorting machine? Or do you pay $7 a month for an AI conversationalist like Shortwave to do the heavy lifting, but accept that you can never leave Google's walled garden?
That is exactly the modern dilemma. High-speed manual control or affordable automated lock-in.
But locking yourself into a single provider like Gmail feels incredibly restrictive right now. We live in a multi-device, multi-platform reality.
We do.
What if you need a tool that plays nice with absolutely every device and every legacy provider? Or what if you don't want to install a new desktop application at all? Let's transition into tools that prioritize universality and privacy, the omnipresent, the invisible, and the private.
Let's do it.
Starting with Spark Mail.
Spark Mail is the ultimate cross-platform workhorse. It offers a very generous free tier with premium features starting at just $4.99 a month.
Nice.
And its defining characteristic is ubiquity. It runs natively on iOS, Android, Mac, Windows, and the web. And crucially, it supports IMAP alongside Outlook, Gmail, and Yahoo.
Let's pause on IMAP for a second. We throw that acronym around, but why does it actually matter?
Good question.
IMAP isn't a brand. It's the foundational open protocol of email servers. Supporting IMAP means you aren't walled into big tech's proprietary APIs, right? You can connect a random legacy work server or a private domain seamlessly.
Exactly. That underlying protocol support is what makes Spark truly universal. Furthermore, it is engineered for scale and team collaboration.
Wow, the team features are great.
They offer shared inboxes where multiple people can manage a single address, And real-time draft editing, where you literally see your coworker's cursor typing a reply.
Like in Google Docs.
Exactly like that. Plus internal email delegations, so you can assign a thread to a colleague without even having to forward it.
Spark is basically the universal travel adapter of this list. It doesn't matter what country you're in or what weird, outdated plug the wall has, Spark just bridges the connection and makes it work for the whole team.
That's a perfect analogy.
But what about SaneBox? The source points out this one operates completely differently than anything else we've discussed.
SaneBox is a total paradigm shift. It starts at $7 a month, but, and this is key, it is not an email client.
Wait, there's no app?
There is no app to download, no interface to learn. It runs quietly in the background at the server level of whatever email client you already use.
That's fascinating.
So if your company forces you to use classic Outlook, or you personally just love Apple Mail, you don't change a single thing. SaneBox uses advanced algorithms to monitor your habits, like who you reply to, what you ignore, and it automatically routes the low-priority noise into a designated Sane Later folder.
Just out of sight, out of mind, without having to change my daily habits at all.
Exactly. And it introduces a highly satisfying feature called the Sane Black Hole.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
If you drag a relentless salesperson's email into that specific folder, the server permanently blocks them. You will never see a message from that domain again.
SaneBox is literally the invisible bouncer at an exclusive nightclub. You're inside having a great time, and you don't even realize the bouncer is quietly redirecting the riffraff to the alleyway before they even get to the velvet rope.
I love that. That's a great way to visualize server-side filtering. You just open your native inbox, and magically only the high-value individuals are there.
I love the mechanics of that.
Yeah.
But we have one more in this category, Canary Mail. This one targets a very specific, security-conscious demographic.
Canary is definitely the privacy-first option. It's highly affordable, $3 a month, or you can opt for a one-time lifetime purchase.
A lifetime purchase is so rare these days.
It really is. And Canary utilizes built-in PGP encryption. For those unfamiliar, PGP operates on a public and private key system. Think of it like sending someone an open padlock. They lock the data inside the box, and only your mathematically linked private key can open it.
Makes sense.
But its most ambitious selling point is actually on-device AI.
Now, how does that differ mechanically from what, say, MailOver or Shortwave are doing?
Well, when you ask a standard AI tool to summarize a thread, your email text is securely transmitted to a massive external cloud server, usually run by OpenAI or Google.
Right, leaves your computer.
It's processed and sent back. But Canary's architecture performs that machine learning analysis locally, directly on your physical phone or computer's processor. Your data literally never leaves your device to be analyzed.
So it's the secure underground bunker for people who fundamentally refuse to trust cloud AI with their corporate or personal data.
Exactly. But this raises an important question and a critical trade-off you have to accept.
Would you?
If you demand on-device AI for absolute data sovereignty, you have to recognize the physical limitations of your hardware. Your phone's internal processor simply cannot compete with the neural network of a billion-dollar data center.
Oh, that makes total sense.
It is a direct, unavoidable trade-off between ultimate security and maximum AI processing power.
Right. Like, it can likely synthesize a quick 3-sentence reply, but it's not going to read a 40-email chain and extract nuanced project deadlines with the accuracy of a cloud-based supercomputer.
Right. It will do the basics safely, but it won't be that high-end executive assistant. The laws of physics and processing power still apply.
Of course. Well, speaking of ultimate control and keeping things local, there is one final frontier we have to discuss. This is for the true tinkerer, the developer, the user who demands absolute transparency over their digital life.
Inbox Zero.
Let's talk about Inbox Zero.
So Inbox Zero is a uniquely positioned open-source AI assistant designed to sit on top of your Gmail account. They offer a free version with paid tiers starting at just $2 a month.
Very cheap.
Very. It provides robust rule-based automation, a dedicated cold email blocker, mass unsubscribe tools, and deeply granular analytics. You can visualize exactly who emails you the most, track your historical response times, and map your volume trends.
But the open source nature is the real story here, right? Because it's open source, you can literally look at the underlying code.
You can even self-host it on your own server infrastructure. If you have the technical proficiency, you can inspect every single line of code to verify exactly how it is parsing your data.
That's incredible for peace of mind.
Because email is the skeleton key to your digital identity. It handles your password resets, your banking, your private communications. For a certain demographic, open source transparency isn't just a feature, it's a hard requirement.
It's the ultimate peace of mind. But what really stands out in the source guide is the realization that you don't actually have to pledge allegiance to just one of these philosophies.
Well, not at all.
These tools aren't mutually exclusive.
Right. Building a modular system is highly effective. You could theoretically use Spark as your everyday cross-platform interface to read your mail, employ SaneBox running invisibly at the server level to filter out the newsletters, and utilize MailOver purely to generate a morning briefing of your action items.
You can just stack the architecture to fit your exact needs.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? If our listener is sitting there staring at their soon-to-be dead Notion Mail app, looking down the barrel of that September 22nd export deadline, how do they actually make a decision today?
It requires a shift in perspective. You must choose your workflow, not just a piece of software. Ask yourself how you inherently want to interact with information.
Right.
If you want a machine to read everything and just hand you deadlines, you choose MailOver. If you desire blazing manual speed and tactile keyboard control, you invest in Superhuman.
Makes sense.
If you need a cross-platform environment for a decentralized team, Spark is the clear winner. If you want invisible noise reduction without learning a new interface, activate SaneBox. And if you demand cryptographic privacy or open source transparency, you implement Canary or Inbox Zero.
It's actually a massive blessing in disguise if you think about it. The forced death of Notion Mail is making people stop operating on autopilot and evaluate what they actually need to be productive.
It really is.
And remember, your emails are perfectly safe in Gmail. You haven't lost a single byte of actual data. But now, instead of paying $20 a month for a basic, highly restrictive organizer, you have the opportunity to upgrade to an architecture that actually mirrors how your brain works.
It is the profound difference between continually organizing your digital clutter and implementing a system that actually eliminates it.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final, slightly mind-bending thought to mull over based on where all this technology is heading.
Let's hear it.
We're looking at tools like MailOver, extracting our action items, and Shortwave's Ghostwriter, perfectly mimicking our exact tone of voice to draft replies. How long until your AI email agent is just autonomously negotiating and chatting with other people's AI email agents?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Will we even need traditional inboxes in the future? Or will email just become this silent, invisible background protocol that machines handle for us, completely out of sight?
We might rapidly approach a reality where you just get a single daily tap on the shoulder from your local AI saying, hey, I handled your correspondence today. Here are the 3 strategic decisions you actually need to make.
Just slipping that single sticky note under our door. Well, the clock is ticking on Notion Mail, so take back your time, architect a better workflow, and don't let your inbox dictate your day. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.